Maybe you don't need it. Oh. Welcome to Coffee with Gertie. Today we're going to talk about fundraising for your DTS, for your mission trip, for anything you got going on that you need a little help with. We have some tips that we use, us as YWAMers, that we'd love to share with you and give you a little helping hand along the way. All right, so number one, we think it is so important to believe in what you're doing. If you believe and you share that vision, then other people are going to start believing with you. Believe that growing and that spending time with God and your relationship is so worth supporting. That as a church, we are meant to gather together and grow together. So yeah, that's tip number one. Next tip is inviting people into a journey and not just giving money, not just a check. But when people say yes, that they want to give, that they're jumping on board with you, that they are celebrating your celebrations and walking with you in times where you need it. They are a team that you can look to for advice, for prayer, for encouragement, and that they're along for the whole ride, not just the 1 second or the one moment, but they're there for the whole time. All right, next tip, use what you love. Do you love baking? Do you love running? Not many of us, but maybe. Do you love selling your jewelry or your art? Use what you love to fundraise. The things that you're talented at, the things you have a passion for. If you have a passion for mowing lawns, do that. If you have a passion for making baked goods and having a bake sale at your church or at school or at work, then do that. But yeah, use what you love. Okay, tip number 4, make it easy for people to join you. Create a PayPal, a GoFundMe, but when people are ready to give, have a platform ready to receive it. Also, it's super helpful when you have like a visual of how much you need to raise, what's your grand total, because people love following along with the process and they love to celebrate when you've reached your goal. All right, next tip. Get it out there. Start spreading the news. Shout it from the rooftops that you're coming to do DTS or a mission trip or whatever you got going on. Because people, like I said, love to celebrate. So speak at your church, speak to your friends, create some Instagram posts. But we'd love to get the word out there that you're about to do what God has called you to do. Invite people into prayer, invite people into supporting you, or maybe just invite them to share the stove along the way. Tip number 6, be intentional. Whether it is sharing a cup of coffee with someone, taking them out for a nice dinner, or a hug, but be intentional with people. Get off Facebook, get off Instagram. It's a great way to share your story, but it's definitely not the main reason or the main way to invite people into a journey of fundraising and finances with you. That's done when you are sitting one-on-one with people, when you are inviting them and sharing your story and your inspiration. So get out there, make some dates. Tip number 7, spend wisely. In the last few weeks and the months, the season leading up to your mission trip, it's time to really decide what are the things that you need in your life and what are the things that you could maybe do without. Maybe you pick up an extra shift of work. Maybe you get rid of your Starbucks coffee. Maybe you don't need it. Oh, maybe you just don't need it. Get rid of it. So yeah, save wisely, spend wisely, do all the things wisely. You got this. Okay. Number 8, know that it's biblically founded. This is probably the coolest part. In Numbers 18, it talks about how the Levites were set apart to do God's work and that the rest of the tribes would come around them and take care of them. That the rest of the tribes would give out offerings to take care of the Levites so they wouldn't have to worry about food, about shelter, but that the other tribes, they would take care of them, and that's how God decided it would be. So God's going to take care of you the same way because you are so set aside for God's work, whether it's in finances or in time, but He has that for you as well. Tip number 9, set a target and celebrate every penny. So have a goal ahead of you of what the grand total is of what you're trying to raise, and celebrate everything that comes in. Have a dance party, celebrate with the person who said yes, make them feel loved, because it's so cool that every dollar that gets added is you one step closer to fulfilling the promises that God has spoken over your life. So super, super cool. So celebrate it. Our final tip, keep connected. When you are about to set off on your mission trip, remember to stay connected to the people that have donated to you, that have prayed for you, that have encouraged you, and that are just really stoked for you to get onto this adventure. Whether it is writing a blog, maybe sending out letters from when you get on outreach, or even bringing back a gift when you finished your mission trip, but find a way to keep people involved, to celebrate them, to say thank you, and to really love on them and bless them for what they've given to you, and that they've sacrificed to do the same for you. You're prepared. Your adventure is out there. So be confident, go out, celebrate, share the good news. We're here with you. See you later.